Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Extinct Bricks Minis! And for this very special episode, we'll be featuring the LEGO costume Jurassic Park The Lost World, Othnielia. But of course, before we head on with this video, the Guess SPC contest winners will be announced later on, so stay tuned guys! And now for the making of our Othnielia. So, just like our Hypsilophodon, we used this particular base custom or base figure for our Othnielia here. The Othnielia, or otherwise known as the Drinker or the Nanosaurus or Othneilosaurus, is actually a very small herbivore, as you can see here. It has a short neck, and at least the body should represent that of most Hadrosaurs, which is quite long and somehow robust for its size. So all we have to do now here is put on some clay and then fix this up, and then here is how it looks like after. So it has been primered to the colored white, and we're going to paint this with a similar paint scheme with that of the Jurassic Park Othnielia, but with a little bit of twist. So with this particular color, I think this is a mixture of yellow as well as olive green, and we're just painting it on our Othnielia in total. I don't mind, painting on the head because that would be a different color all in all, but hey, it's a very small figure, so figure it out guys. Usually I dry it with the hair dryer over here, so that when I go to the next color scheme, it wouldn't, stick on my hand and make a lot of mess. Alright, so once that is done, it's now up for our second coloration here. So we're painting several streaks of white and with a little bit of the greens that we have earlier on certain areas of the underbelly, as well as stripes going from the underbelly going towards the back. So I know it's a little bit far in terms of where the camera is, but the figure is really small, so please work with me guys, sorry. So the head here would be a mixture of blue and the greens that we have earlier on, and we're painting it on the entire head. There will also be some isolated scales of blue on the back of the neck, so we're using a small brush to include those, or at least paint those on the figure. And of course, while you're watching guys, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and also my other channels, Toy Universe and Adventures of Moira and Nosher. So there you have it, our Othnielia. We will now be moving on with some more details on this particular figure. So with a mixture of the greens and some black, we're adding several more darker colors on the Othnielia, such as that of the lower legs as well as the back of this particular figure. So you might not see it very clearly now, but later on when we move on to the closer look, you'll see the differences in colors for this one. So it's very subtle, but I think it works for a figure this size. When I look at most Lego figures for dinosaurs, I would see, before they would have solid colors on them, but now eventually Lego is actually moving to more neutral tones with some gradients in it. So I'm really glad that Lego is doing that, and I don't know, maybe that also inspired me to take on more details on most of my figures, and when it comes to painting. So this is a mixture of light gray and some browns as well, and we're painting this on the beak of our Othnielia here, and will be the same color for the toes. Then that's it for the making of our Othnielia. I hope you guys enjoyed this one and learned something from it as well. Let's now move on with the Guess SPC contest winners announcements, and we have 10 lucky picks. Here they are: Ross, Ring, Soul Tree, Billy, S.O. Forbius, Ali Lee, Matthias, Zara, J. Olivier, Dustley. Congratulations everyone, and now for top 10 winners. Storm Dragon,
Top 10.
Indo 101,
Top 9.
Team
Top
Atlet,
8.
21
Top
KX,
7.
Gabriel
Top 6.
Atkins, Best
Top
Soulmater,
5.
Hunter Hints,
Top 4.
Cretaceous Bricks,
Top 3.
Mr.
Top
T-Rex,
2.
and Sane Adventures.
Top 1.
Congratulations everyone! And I'll see you on the next Guess SPC contest. For those of you who would like to join, here's how. Click on the Extinct Bricks icon and then it will lead you to the Extinct Bricks homepage, and in the homepage, just click on that community link and it will lead you to all my posts. And now for some Extinct Bricks Dino Trivia. Othneilosaurus or Othneilosaurus lizard was a hypsilophodon dinosaur that lived during the Jurassic period of North America and was previously under the names LAOSAURUS, Nanosaurus, and Othnielia. And now for a closer look. Alright, so we have here our Othnielia, or these are actually Nanosauruses from the Lost World Jurassic Park. And of course, Usher here is quite, happy for these little cuties. And he'll be back later on for some size comparison. So, yeah, so let's take a closer look at this one. So, this Othnielia is actually based off from the novel Jurassic Park. But of course, I had a little bit of free will to, take on some of the inspiration also from Dinosaur Revolution. I think the dinosaurs there were quite colorful, so it's actually based on from this particular photo as well. So with a blue head and of course with whitey stripes on those, I think it's such a good impression of the Othnielia. So that's why I made one of those, or I made those into these Lego forms or custom. So it doesn't have any articulation to it like most of my minis, but it actually has this connection from below, which you can connect with this, like this one. So you can stand it, but it can actually stand on its own like so. So it has this blue head, some stripes of white, a brown tip for the tail. It has a longer body compared to the mini raptors, and it's quite small. Right, so that's it for the closer look of our Othnielia. Let's now move along with the next portion of this video. Okay, now for some size comparisons. Alright, so let's now compare this particular minifigure here with a human being. So you can see here that Usher is quite larger than our Othnielia or Nanosaurus here. As you can see, it's quite small, and just around the waist level is the height of our Othnielia. It's actually also a similar size compared to a actual Othnielia dinosaur here compared with a human being. Alright, so thank you, Usher. We will now be comparing with other Hadrosaurus, or at least those that are within the same family. Alright, so first up we have here a recent release or a recent custom of mine. This is our Hypsilophodon. So both of which have the same size, but the Hypsilophodon actually has a lot of feathers on it, and you can see that there's quite difference also somehow in the sculpt. So you can see here there's a really long tail for it, probably because of the feathers, and then it has two feather antennae also on its head, as you can see here. Alright, okay, so you can see also that the Othnielia is much green, and this is more of a dark brown with highlights on it. So this is our Hypsilophodon. Let's now compare with another hadrosaurid, or at least a similar one. This is the Dryosaurus. So this Dryosaurus is based out from the Jurassic World Evolution Dryosaurus. I also took inspiration also from the Dryosaurus that we have for Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. But yeah, so this is the latest Dryosaurus that we have. So yeah, so that's the Dryosaurus, much larger than our Othnielia here. Now let's now compare with the bigger cousins of our Othnielia. Alright, so one of those would be this Othneilosaurus. Oops, still quite not getting the camera angle, but yeah, so putting our Othnielia beside the Corythosaurus, you can see that definitely our Corythosaurus and also the succeeding Hadrosaurus will be much larger than our Othnielia here. It's small, but yeah, so it's really cute still. So that's the Corythosaurus. Another would be the Parasaurolophus, which is actually a staple dinosaur that we see here on any Jurassic Park and also Jurassic World series, or I mean, I guess, movie. So this is the Parasaurolophus. It's the same size as that of our Corythosaurus, but of course it has different characteristics to it, such as a reddish head to this one. It also has this crest on elongated crest on its head, and yeah, so that's the Parasaurolophus. Next up we have a recent also addition to the Extinct Breaks collection. This is our Olorotitan. Yeah, so this Olorotitan, as you can see here, has this bright orange coloration on the sides. It has this brightly colored crest to it. It's very similar to the Parasaurolophus, but the what do you call this? The crest shape is actually hatchet. Right. So another peculiar crest that we have is this Lambeosaurus. So Lambeosaurus here is based out from the prehistoric kingdom Lambeosaurus. It has this brightly colored crest to it. You can see here it's pink, and I'm recently liking the color pink, to be honest. So that is the Lambeosaurus for you guys. It has this gradient from dark brown to burnt sienna, and then a white underbelly and a stripe pattern to it. Very similar to most mammals of the safari at the moment. You know, it's okapi, things like that. So yeah, it's the Lambeosaurus. And lastly, to compare would be this. Oops, it's facing the other way. This is the Othneilosaurus from Camp Cretaceous, and this is actually one of my favorite hadrosaurids, only because it has a different overall shape to it. The head is quite different. It has this sail on its back, and yeah. So it also has weapons there on the thumb, very similar to that of the iguanodon. So that's the Othnosaurus. Right, so that's it for our size comparisons. It's now time for us to do Extinct Breaks PC roll call, and we have all the creatures here that you've seen. I have presented here on this video, which are all hadrosaurids, but if you do have other suggestions of also other hadrosaurids that you want to see here on this channel, please comment them down below. To be honest, I haven't really done a medium size hadrosaurid. I've done a really big one, the Edmontosaurus, but I do plan to make a remake of that. But other than that, I would like for you guys to suggest on other hadrosaurids, because I really like this family of dinosaurs. Alright, so let's now, but before that, Usher here would like to remind you guys that all that you see here are actually available in the Extinct Breaks playlist. Right, but I'll be placing in individual links of each and every one of this one so that you won't have to go through all my videos if you're just interested in all Hadrosaurus. So let's now begin with the species roll call, shall we? So let's start with the smallest one. This is the Extinct Rex Hypsilophodon. This is the Extinct Rex Jurassic World Evolution Dryosaurus. This is the Extinct Rex Jurassic Park Jurassic World Parasaurolophus. This is the Extinct Rex Jurassic Park Operation Genesis Corythosaurus. This is the Extinct Rex Prehistoric Kingdom Lambeosaurus. This is the Extinct Rex Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Othnielosaurus. And this is of course the Extinct Rex Jurassic World Evolution Olorotitan. And of course the star of the show here are cuties. These are our Othneilas, or Nanosauruses, or drinkers. They do have a lot of names, to be honest, but I'll be adding in several video clips of this one until the end of the video, so stay tuned guys, and thank you for watching. The Othnielia likes being in trees, so in this enclosure, that's no exemption. And that's it for the video guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. And again, for all your likes, your shares, and your views, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. That means thank you guys. Also, please don't forget to support our other channels, Ibito Universe and The Adventures of Moira and Asher. Please watch our videos and support our channel by subscribing. And as we always would say, let your inner dino break roar! Thanks everyone!